It's Rona, and today is Scraplift Crafternoon, and this is the layout that we are lifting in a sneak of mine. Our layout today is by Amanda Leckie. She has a YouTube channel and a brand new baby, and so she is a fun one to go and visit. You can find her information in the playlist below. The playlist also contains all of the team members who scrap every Sunday with Scraplift Crafternoon. We take a layout and ask permission from the creator, and then we each scrap lift, and then we have this fun little hop so that you can see what inspired us from the layout. And they're always so different, so that's a lot of fun. I was first inspired by Amanda to pull out some Christmas pictures, and the pictures that I chose are putting up the lights. My two oldest grandsons who are helping Grandpa put up the Christmas lights on our house. And so I thought I would document those today. I'm pulling out Vicki Boutin Warm Wishes. There's also some of the evergreen season in here, and maybe a few bits and pieces of other things as well. But that is kind of the look that I was going for. Initially, I thought, oh, this paper looks like, these Christmas ball lights that they picked out. The boys actually helped Grandpa pick these lights out. I've had white lights for a long time and loved those, but they wanted these ball lights that are all different colors. So I thought, why not? We will just embrace that on the layout here. And I thought this paper kind of showed that off a little bit. So she had a frame behind hers, so that's why I'm doing my paper layers. I didn't have any frames. I used 3 photos instead of 2 because her 4x6, or I assume it's a 4x6 photo, took up about the same space as 2 of my photos. So I chose to do 3. And then instead of the frame, I added a few paper layers, and I'm going to try and she embellished in several spots around the photo, and so I'm kind of doing my embellishments around the photos like that. And then she had one little thing up at the top, and I've got a little die cut I'm going to end up using for that. She also used a large title, and so mine is not as large as it is long, but I thought it worked, so I'm going to have Christmas Light Crew as my title, and I'm using up some of these thickers. I'm placing them all here. I did off camera also use some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to also glue them down because these are a little bit older, and I wasn't sure how well they were going to stay stuck. I'm able to pretty easily lift them up and move them around, and that's always a sign that they're probably going to fall off in my page protector if I don't glue them. So I did. I counted my letters. As you can see, I have my, I wrote it out, and then I counted. That's what I'm going to use in place of her banner from the top, that little bird. And I thought that, kind of looked like a little bird that might be sitting on top of the house or something. So, anyway, I count my letters and then figure out which one the middle is. And once I have the middle figured out, I can go to the middle of the page and then start adding. I didn't have them real close together when I started. So, and I, didn't have enough room for the W. So I scooted it just a little bit and stuck everything a lot closer together. And that worked out better. And it was easy to, kind of rearrange. That's normally how I do it, and I almost always have to rearrange, even though I count the letters, because that's how I roll. So I decided to take a bunch of scraps and cut circles, and I could not find the right circle in a punch, and I probably have one, but I couldn't find it except for this one that has all these different circles. So it's a little annoying to have extra circles being cut out of your scraps, but they're just scraps and it wasn't that big a deal. And I actually kept the bigger circles that I cut and put them back in with my scraps that go with this collection because, I might need a Christmas ball or something later on, or some circles. So that worked out fine. The string of lights here that I'm doing was from a Cricut file, and the top one, it was not this long, so I just duplicated it on the Cricut, and then I sliced a little bit off in two places so that I could put them together and then weld it. And if you have questions about that, if I haven't explained it well enough, ask me in the comments and I will try and explain that better. I still haven't ever done, I don't know how to really do a good screen grab or video what I'm doing when I'm using my Cricut design space. There's probably lots of other places out there, and you could look on YouTube for slicing and welding and that kind of thing, and probably find lots of videos that show you how to do that as well. So for the little bird, I decided I would tuck it under, but I wanted to lift just the bird part. I could have cut off the bottom part of that little die cut there. I don't even know what it said, caroling. I think something about caroling. But I didn't figure I would use it. And I liked having the black part up there at the top. So I went ahead and just kept it on there and tucked it under, and it's fine. Lots of die cuts. I did add a little bit of black soot distress oxide, or is it just distress ink? It might be just distress ink. I think it is. On a little dauber and go around each of these. Yeah, distress ink. Just to kind of give them a little bit more definition, because I didn't want them to get lost on the Bezier paper. And it ended up turning out even better than I thought it was going to. So I'm fairly happy with this. I like the paper layers, and she had a cluster over here, so I'm going to add a cluster over there as well. I have a die cut, and then I'm going to use some of these little puffy phrases and stickers to kind of finish that up. That one says, "No such thing as too many twinkle lights." And the die cut just says December and then has all of the numbers. I don't know for sure which day this is, so I just have December 2023 written at the bottom of my layout because I'm not exactly sure what day it was. I know they usually just choose a day that's, fairly warm and not, super windy to try and get these lights up every year. And it seemed like, we did it right at the beginning of December, but I'm not positive. It could have even been in November, honestly. It could have been the last weekend of November. We don't do any decorating until after Thanksgiving. I know that's not the trend these days, but that's what I've always done, and that's how I prefer to do it. So usually Black Friday is when I start decorating, and then the lights go up just when the nicest day is. So that is what we do. I loved these little puffy circles in the colors that I was using that have a star on them. I thought those were really cute. So that's what I end up using. I just did them in two places, and there's 3 different colors in each of those. And that's it. It went together so fast. Other than, cutting all of the little circles and inking them up, it was a quick layout. I hope you will hop along to everyone else playing along today with Scraplift Crafternoon. The playlist down below has everyone's links, so check that out. And then you can also just click that playlist and watch from beginning to end. I believe there are 11 of us, so you'll have lots of inspiration in how everyone used this same layout for inspiration. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.